Hey there, welcome to Josh's Tutorials and Tutoring, or JTuts for short. Today we'll be going over the Maintaining Mathematical Proficiency section of Chapter 1 in the Algebra 1 text I've seen used a lot. If your textbook is different, let me know. If enough people are using a different text, I'll start putting together videos for those. In this section, I'll be reviewing the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of positive and negative integers. If any of those terms are unfamiliar, I'll give you a brief rundown of what they are here, but the focus is not on those topics. This is just a review. Here is the page of problems. It's pretty basic stuff. This is likely pretty easy for most people. Plus, a calculator can do this pretty easily, and if you know how to do this, this is a good warm-up for getting into the more complex algebra stuff, and a good way to practice using your calculator correctly. I've seen a lot of people struggle with how to do negatives on their calculators, and this is a good way to practice. So let's get started on these problems. I'm going to try and do them the same way every time, just to help build those good habits. So let's look at the first problem. First problem is negative 5 plus negative 2. All right, so whenever we're doing addition, subtraction, I always like to make sure that I have an addition sign right here. I like to make sure I have an addition sign. Now, I already have one here, so I can read this as negative 5 plus negative 2. So the next thing to do is to compare the signs. These are both negative, right? So if both of these are negative, and I'm adding, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the numbers together. So both negative means add numbers. So what that means is I'm going to take 5 plus 2, and that equals 7. And then I take, because these are both negative, I bring down that negative. So this is negative 7. So negative 5 plus negative 2 equals negative 7. All right, let's do the next one. 0 plus negative 13. Okay. So, once again, I'm going to compare the signs. Now, notice that 0 does not have a sign. 0 is an unsigned number, so we can put whatever we want there. So just for the ease, we'll say it's a negative 0. So both of these are negative, so that means I'm going to take them and I'm going to add the numbers together. And then I'm going to bring down the negative, because they're both negative. So 0 plus negative 13 equals negative 13. Okay? All right, let's do the next one. Negative 6 plus 14. Negative 6 plus 14. All right, so this is our first weird one, right? First, we're going to notice this is plus addition. Good, I like addition. Now we need to compare the signs. We have a negative and we have a positive. We have no sign. So that must mean this is a positive. Okay. So when the signs differ, that equals subtraction. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these and we're going to subtract them. So we're going to do 14 minus 6, and that's 8. But we're going to take the bigger sign. So we're going to take the bigger sign. So 6 and 14. 14 is bigger, right? 14 is bigger, so we're going to take its sign, and its sign is positive. So that means this is a positive 8. So negative 6 plus 14 equals 8. All right. Next one is 19 minus negative 13. 19 minus negative 13. So we run into another different one. Notice this is subtraction. 19 minus subtract negative 13. Now I don't like subtraction, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this a little bit. I'm going to go 19 plus, and I'm going to change this one, 13. Okay? This is something that you can do because subtraction and addition are technically the same operation. It's just, what are you doing? Are you subtracting a positive number, or are you adding a negative number? And those things kind of mean the same thing. So for now, all we're going to do is we're going to go, this is a minus minus, so I'm going to, basically I just did that. So now I can rewrite this. This is a little simpler to write. 19 plus 13. And now I'm back to where I started. I'm going to compare the signs. These are both, that's not quite dark enough for me. These are both positive. So, since both are positive, I'm just going to add those numbers together. And we get 19, 13. 9 plus 3 is 2. Carry the 1. 1, 2, 3. 32. So, 19 minus negative 13 equals 32. And that's positive because these guys were positive. Okay? All right. So yeah, this step right here, this is probably the weirdest part. I'm a big fan of this step because there's so much less you can do with subtraction. Addition I can rearrange however I want. Let's talk about that for just a second. Right, if we have 19 plus 13, well, that's the same thing as 13 plus 19. It doesn't matter which order you go in. But if I have 19 minus 13, I can't just flip these around, right? Can't do this. Because, this would be 6, and this would be negative 6. But if it's addition, for example, if this says 19 minus 13, I can make this plus negative 13, and now I can flip it around if I want to. These are both 6. They come out the same. So these you can do. You can move things around with addition, but you can't move things around with subtraction. So I just like to get rid of subtraction whenever I can. Let's look at the next problem. Negative 1 minus 6. So again, same thing. Negative 1 minus 6. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go, subtraction. Not a fan of that. So I'm going to make that plus negative 6. So now this is negative 1 plus negative 6. Well, I know that when I'm adding things with the same sign, I'm just going to add the numbers together and take that sign, right? These are negative, so this must be a negative. So, negative 1 minus 6 equals negative 7. And if you really wanted to, you could verify that by just counting down, right? We're at negative 1 minus 6 means take away 6. So negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7. We get to negative 7. Alright, cool. Let's look at the next one. -5 minus -7. So yeah, this is why I like to clean things up a little before I get started. Because this is real messy looking, right? So much is going on, not a fan. You'll find that a lot of math just requires you to do a little bit of cleanup before you get started, and it'll make things a lot easier. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to addition. Well, I can't just change that. I got to change this number too. So boom, boom. So now this is -5 plus 7. So again, addition. This time our signs differ, right? Our signs are different. So that means we got to do subtraction, right? And then we got to take the bigger sign. And then because 7 is bigger, our answer is going to take its sign. And 7's positive, so this must be positive. So -5 minus -7 equals +2. Okay. Next one. 17 plus 5. There's not really a whole lot to do here. This is just a straightforward addition. You could count on this on your fingers pretty easily. And I'm not going to be one of those people that says, don't count on your fingers. Because if it works, it works. We've been counting on our fingers for 40,000 years. Keep doing it. 17 plus 5. So same idea. Do their signs match? They do. Signs match, so I'm going to add these numbers together. That's 22. And because they're both positive, our answer must be positive as well. So 17 plus 5 equals 22. Okay. Next is 8 plus -3. So, compare the signs. One's positive, one's negative. So that means I'm going to have to do a subtraction and then take the bigger sign. 8 is bigger, so take its sign. So that means this will be positive. So 8 plus -3 equals +5. All right. Then we have 11 minus 15. Okay, so same thing. I go, ooh, subtraction, not a fan. Let's change it to add negative. Then we're going to compare the signs, right? We have a positive and we have a negative. So that means I'm going to do a subtraction. 15 minus 11, because you can't really do subtraction with bigger numbers. That's 4. But because 15 is bigger, take its sign. And that sign is negative, so that's -4. So 11 minus 15 equals -4. All right, and that concludes the addition or subtraction section of this assignment. And, again, it's just to kind of refresh these ideas, build a good foundation of math skills. A lot of people, they struggle with their early years in math, and then they don't understand what's going on later. And that's because, unlike a lot of other subjects in school, like history, science, stuff like that, if you don't start strong in math, it's always going to hurt. It's always going to struggle. It's always going to be an uphill battle. And refreshing those ideas, practicing those ideas is a good idea. It's good to build a strong foundation of math. And really everything in math is addition. All we're doing is adding, and we're just finding ways of adding more complicated things. And I might do a video on why that is later, but um, practice these concepts. Even if it's just doing the problems, looking up worksheets, you can find millions and millions of adding and subtracting integers worksheets. Practice those skills. Build up that idea. Specifically the adding, subtracting, changing positives to negatives, that kind of a thing. Practice those things because they'll help a lot later. Because you won't always be able to use a calculator for what you're doing. And if you have to go to a calculator every time you have to add some basic integers, it's going to really slow you down. And I know a lot of people struggle with not having enough time on tests, and working on these concepts can help speed things up a little. You don't have to jump to the calculator, tap in a couple of buttons in order to solve a problem. You can just very quickly da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and it's done. And just move on to the next step, the harder step, the step you're being tested on. All right, well, I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. If not, don't tell me. I have low self-esteem. Leave me alone. But if you did, let me know. If you have any recommendations or ideas for topics you'd like to see videos on, shoot me a comment. Let's see. And keep practicing. Take care, guys.